Dear Chris, now I know you feel alone in this relationship, in your relationship with Rihanna. I don't want you to feel alone in your relationship, and I don't want you to feel like you don't have anybody that's actually helped you solve your problems. The only person that can really help you solve your problems in life is you. All we can do is push out a message and push out a word, but you have to show us how you're getting the help that you need. And so people are not going to just, they're not going to. Brianna is the one that has to love you enough to be able to choose you over her career, to choose you over her life. And she's already in it deep with too deep with ASAP Rocky, but it's never too late. So the thing for you to do is stretch your body, relax. Don't smoke weed, don't do drugs, because if you smoke weed and if you do drugs, that's going to make you retaliate. If Rihanna keeps seeing you're beating up every other girl, you're misbehaving, people might lie about you, but if you have evidence of your work, if you have evidence of what you're doing to make a difference in your life, I think the way you're going to win Rihanna over is if you do like some charity work and donate, and this always works. Like, and it's not the trick to win a woman over, but it's just it shows that your heart has changed and you're doing better as a person. Now she's gonna use other women to see if you've gotten better. Rihanna will go on being with ASAP Rocky as long as she knows that you're not ready for her, right? And the world is not gonna allow you to be with her. She's the one that's in control of the situation. Now she's her own boss, right? Now, even if you're your own boss, you still have other people that you have to be careful for and watch out for and answer to, right? Even if you're the boss, you still have to answer to certain people. People have to answer to you, but you guys have to work together as a team. Now, I strongly believe that you and Rihanna's relationship is a twin flame relationship. I have a strong feeling that it is. However, ASAP Rocky is there to show you the difference of being in a relationship. Why did you get a tattoo of Rihanna being beat up on your neck? And this proves that that Chris Brown has either a mental issue or he sees something dark about Rihanna that he's reminding her of what he's able to do. So inside of Chris Brown's heart, he has a fear for her. He's afraid of her. So why is he afraid of her? There is something that she did. There has to be something that she did that made her afraid. So he's doing that to protect himself, to keep her away from him. So he probably feels like she's doing witchcraft, she's doing voodoo, she's doing something. But Rihanna is probably, maybe she is, but she's also probably being herself, right? And he's just allured and attracted. And that tattoo will always mean get back up, back away from me. The tattoo on your neck, in case you don't know, until you cover it up or remove it, it's always going to mean back away from me, because he's broken. So your heart is broken. Why? You're the one that cheated, right? That's what you're the one that's confessing to cheating. You did something wrong. And sometimes when guys cheat, they take advantage of the twin flame relationship. Twins take advantage of that relationship because they know they will always have you. When they know deep down in their heart that they will always have you, they feel like they're free to do whatever they want, right? But Rihanna, what you need to understand is the reason he cheated wasn't because he didn't love you, but it was because he wasn't ready to be in a committed relationship with you. When a man is not ready to be in a committed relationship, he's going to look to cheat. He's going to do other things. Also, what Chris Brown was trying to tell you is that he was working. He was probably a gigolo, and so that's why he cheated. And being in the industry, that's what people pay people to have sex with other women. A lot of men do it. Nick Cannon was doing it. So Rihanna was probably found that out, and Rihanna didn't understand him. Like, for me, if Justin Bieber tells me he was a gigolo and he was doing what he was doing for money, I would respect that. I wouldn't like it, but I would respect it because I was an escort. I was a sex worker myself. And being a sex worker, you're not really thinking about the relationship. You are thinking about the relationship, but you're not thinking about the relationship. You're thinking about the finances. You're thinking about building a life. And it's the only way you know how to build life. Why would you sex is the highest demand, is the it So many people get money, get paid just because of sex. And so with that being said, when you get being offered a whole lot of money just to have sex, of course you're going to take that, right? Now Rihanna, it's different because Rihanna had Jay-Z, but Chris Brown had who? Usher. So these people are probably not giving them enough money, so they looking for a little extra money. Now this is the issue in the relationship. When you surround yourself with a lot of rich people and a lot of beautiful things, you can't really go in certain places unless you can actually afford to go in those places. So that's what makes these wealthy people look for more money and want to get more money so they can get accepted in these high end places, so they can have the connections. Some people just want the connections. Once they can get connect to somebody, they feel like that someone can pull them up. Don't let that be your number one goal. That's the same thing down here. It's no different. Your connections is everything. It's when you live in the same place as a lot of other people, you have more connections with those people. And so that's probably why they made other people have pay a price to be, to be in the limelight. Like even Justin Bieber, he just had the connections, and that's what got him. If it was his talent, Justin Bieber probably wouldn't have made it off of just his talent. He had to have the connections. There had to be something special about Justin to make for them to be like, okay, this is the guy that we want. They probably already knew that Hollywood was a sex industry, and that's what it was all about. So just they probably thought Justin Bieber had the looks, and there was somebody that saw him, somebody that wanted him, an older guy that wanted him, and that was P Diddy, and they knew that that was P Diddy. So they were like, since P Diddy wants him, let's get him, but let's make it look a certain way. Let's make it look like he's going in with Usher, and then later on, let's make him say something, and then give him a reason why we're gonna put him in here. But Diddy probably already had his eye on Justin Bieber, and they already all set this whole thing up. So with that being said, in the industry, there are these sick people that they still have there, and you wonder, why are these people still here? Is it because of their money, and so, or they trying to find a way to get that guy arrested? They're trying to find a way to catch that guy. So Justin Bieber is the one who had the balls to stand up against that bully. So with that being said, that's over, right? Let's not bring that up anymore. Now, in terms of Chris Brown, what you need to understand is, once she was signed with, I don't know if she's still signed with Jay-Z, but once she signed with Jay-Z, she belonged to Jay-Z. So whatever she did, if she was sleeping with Jay-Z, you have to be able to be the man that understands, like, hey, you're not the one that signed her, so you don't own her. Even if you are her girlfriend, you're her boyfriend, you don't. That's why I'm not signed to anybody. Once you sign to somebody, you got to pick a side before you enter. Once you sign to that person, they own you until forever. That's why I made my decision, which was Justin Bieber, because I knew that's the love of my life. That's the man I love. That's the man I want to be with. Justin made it easy. Rihanna, Jay-Z didn't make it easy for Rihanna. Jay-Z didn't make it easy for Rihanna to choose him, right? She said, either you sign these papers or you jump out the window. He was dead serious. So think about how serious Rihanna's situation was. As beautiful as Rihanna is, think about how serious her situation was, right? Think about how serious she was. Being a beautiful woman in the black community is a very dangerous thing, especially if you have talent, especially if you're from another country, because most black Americans don't want to sign each other. They don't really like each other. They like what's unique. They like people that can communicate to the white community because they're in a white country. And Rihanna is somebody from another country. Beyonce is someone that's been in that he got as a child. So they get you as a child so they can mold you into who they want you to be. So I think you should have been a lot more understanding. In Rihanna's case, I think Rihanna tried to keep in mind that you guys were both very young. I'm not saying hook back up with Chris Brown, because why would you want to back up with a man that's been beating on you, hurting you? Why would you want to go back into that? Why would you want to you need somebody that's not so strong, that's not that. Rihanna will always have that pain in her brain, that memory of you hurting her. You know what I mean? And the fact that you hurt her emotionally and then you hurt her physically. And don't think that Rihanna did not stir up the issue. So you guys have to open up. You have to sell your music catalog so you can choose yourself, so you can start talking. If you start talking, people will defend you better because we're only going by he said, she said. We're not going by what we really know. So we only know what you are telling us. So, all right. I wish you the best. But I need you to know, I need you to know that it's very important that you open up, and the more you open up, the more you talk, the more the universe will bless you. With your wife is your reward, and the universe is not going to allow you to abuse your reward.